And I decided I need to study the interface between consciousness and creativity. So I came to a place that had a consciousness studies program and had a pretty renowned creativity researcher. So it was a really great fit. And I never left. But one of the things I found is that the scientists don't really have a good handle on either consciousness or creativity. It's very ironic, really, that this is the case. That they confound consciousness with mind. And I see that, and I'm going to talk about that in a moment, there's a difference. And it's not surprising that they do that because the researchers are intellectuals. So if you ask a researcher in my department, what would happen if you stopped thinking? Would you have a conscious experience outside of thought? They would say, no, that's called death. Consciousness, there's no consciousness without thought. And I go, okay, there's probably like, I don't know, 1 billion, 2 billion meditators in the world who you might have wanted to consult before coming to that conclusion. So that's an issue. And it dates back to William James, who's the granddaddy of American psychology. If you look at the back of Deep Creativity, you're going to find in the appendix an article I wrote and submitted to a variety of consciousness journals, none of whom wanted to publish it. And I basically said, William James got it wrong, because he wrote this chapter about the characteristics of consciousness, and at one point he called it something related to consciousness, and another point, a very similar chapter, he referred to the characteristics of mind. So he conflated the two right off the bat. And the field of psychology, which reveres William James, continued that pattern. Meanwhile, creativity is equated with thinking. Again, you're talking about intellectuals. So when you ask intellectuals about what the creative process is, it's a creative thinking process.